Stop over on your favorite station. My name is Ife Ajagbe, and today I do have an interesting person in the studio. I like to say that because all my guests are very interesting. That's why they're here anyway. And my guest for today is a Jamaican. He just looks like a black guy, basically. If you see him anywhere, he's just a guy next door. So he's Jamaican. He stays in the UK. He stayed a good time in Jamaica, and then maybe from when he was 19. By my calculation, it should be about 28 now. But, people don't like you checking their age. So,
I do have more time to reach 28.
Oh, you have more time to reach 28. See? So it's not really that. He's a young guy that is doing well for himself. I came across Krishane's music a few years ago, and that was the song Inconsiderate. Trust me, that song has absolutely nothing to do with me. I was not experiencing a breakup. It was not that, nothing. But I just loved it. I connected so much with it. I don't know why. It was just beautiful. I sang along. I knew every line of that song. And on that song, he featured Patoranking. So Krishane, what birthed this song? What were you thinking about when you were recording this song?
Okay, so as I was in the studio having the song done, the inspiration behind it was that how the whole creative process happened was I was in there with an amazing writer, a friend of mine, and Judith, but it was in Norway. So we were in Norway when the song was birthed. And it was literally like me giving a story about when I was in prep school. Small in prep school, and it was just a little funny scenario, like me liking this girl. So like as a kid, when you say you like someone, you don't know if you actually like the person, but in my head I'm making sense of it, like I like this girl. I feel a certain that's and I say I'm gonna try and woo her, right? So I give lollipops or buy her something, give her some of my lunch, stuff like that, and in turn I would hope that she would see that I like her, and but she was actually just reaping the benefits and not reciprocating. So it was literally that for me to be so young and know when a person is inconsiderate, it kind of showed that I had this growth mindset from a long time. You know what I mean? So I was literally like, yeah, she's inconsiderate. That whole scenario thing. And the writer who was in the studio, she just had this amazing idea that does inconsiderate. You know what I mean? But it was a lot of process behind that, even with the production of the song. A lot of people nowadays still think that it was Jamaicans that created the beat. I was like, nope, it's Vikings. Trandine Norwegian Vikings that created, and they're surprised. They're like, that's done well. It's really well produced. So the Nigerian Connection happened through my music A&R at the time. He's Ghanaian, and I realized he's very well invested and connected with Nigerian, with African connects and stuff. You know what I mean? So it was one day after the track was done, and then I was at home, and I remember him talking about wanna get a song, a feature on it. Wanna get a feature on it. So at the time, I never ever was even thinking of having a feature on it. At the time, it was more yeah, the song is here, it's amazing, I love it. This is special. And it was he just then said to me yeah, I'm working on a feature for you. Now, my phone, a message came in from the A&R. He's like, check your email. Check the email. Then I heard, what I say? But it was a dancehall artist. So I thought it was a dancehall artist. And that was actually the first time, actually getting to know about Patoranking. And then I was like, wait. And I called my manager at the time. And I was like, did you hear the track? And she's like, what track? It's like A&R just sending the track with the feature on it. He's like, okay, send it over to me. Send it over. And she's like, is this a dancehall artist on it? And I was like, I asked the A&R, I was like, no, it's Patoranking, Nigerian. I was like, whoa, okay. Little dance a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sold it, and I was like, I think it was from there. It was like everything else, just like history. Like meeting him up in Ghana to shoot the video, and that like me being in Ghana for the part like for 7 days was amazing.
There's a question here. The Black Spencer is asking, can we say reggae is African or Jamaican? Oops.
All right. You know what I always say, like, because Jamaica originates from Africa. Like, everything lineage-wise is from Africa. It's inspired and tribute from Africa, from all the... And for example, like my dad, a lot of people don't know this stuff, but anyway, not many people know this, but my dad is a direct descendant from the Maroons. So one of our national heroes in Jamaica is called Nani, and she's an Ashanti, right? So you've sent us directly from Ghana.
That's Ghanaian, okay.
Directly from Ghana, being taken over to Jamaica on the plantation during the slave trade. They went and went up into the mountains and stuff, and from there they started reproducing, and then it started spreading, and then here we are today. Like my that side of family have direct lineage as being a Maroon. So I always look at this way, like before having the knowledge and understanding that I have now, it's everything that has to do with Jamaica. I say we pay homage to Africa as the motherland, because that's where Jamaica stemmed from. You know what I mean? We people there, like everything that's a part of the culture, even though Jamaica is really multicultural right now, but the origin of it is from Africa, and we have to be that, you know. So I mean, reggae, dancehall, it's a thing, like it's a staple directly made from Jamaica. But I think what we have to understand is like what inspired us to have like to even create that sort of genre and have that thing now where it's like it's really been influential across the world, and everything is back to the melanin, man. Africa.
Okay. All right. Quick one. You're in the UK, and basically, I think you've fast become a UK artist, basically. So, as it is now, would you say that you experienced racism at any point in time since you moved to the UK?
In the UK?
Yes.
To be honest, I can't say yes, because I haven't experienced any sort of like direct racism. But probably if it comes to inequality and treatment, I don't know, maybe from the sidelines and I don't even realize or notice. But I have experienced direct racism, but it's not in the UK. It was in the States. But for me, I'm always focused on, you know what? The world is filled with good people, bad people. And I'm not going to say bad people, but bad people by choice. You know? So for that, it's like, yeah, for me, I can't say that I've experienced it in my face like that, because I have loads of white friends, and how they view life is so different, and it's taught me a lot of things in a different perspective. You know what I mean? So, yeah, until then, I can say no for now.
So, Krishane, let's talk more about your music. Have you ever, at any point in time, been an indie artist? Because you just got to the UK and got signed, you know, so you've always had a team, a record label, and all of that. Has there been any point where you actually, you know, did the grind on your own?
Before when I come to the UK, it wasn't like that, because like I was then like put in a system, and I always say to people how it happened. I am convinced that, you know what, it was just the universe putting stuff together, like, you know. But me now in this moment as an indie artist, I mean, I still have a support system behind me, you know what I mean. But it's like before, I never really had to do the grind. But even when I'm in a label and stuff, I still had to be doing the grind, because I realized with music and as an artist and stuff, like, it's not like back 20 years ago or 30 years ago, where you, as an artist, your sole purpose is to make nice records sound good and everyone else do the work. Nowadays, it's like, as an artist, like, you have marketing people and all of that stuff, you have the distributors and all of that stuff, but you as an artist still have to be out there making stuff happen for yourself as well. You know, and I think I don't know, do I blame it on the internet or, you know, the changing, the evolving era? You know, I think, yeah, it's not much different, but it just boils down to how much more groundwork you have to put yourself when you're independent versus when you're on the label. But at the end of it, you still have to be doing work as an artist, you know? So for me, yeah, that's how it is.
Okay. Krishane, what's up with your, growing up? Did you have, dad, mom in the building? Did you grow up with your grandma? What was the setting like? What was the family setting like for you?
Okay, so the family setting for me was, I grew up with my mom's side of family. So my aunt, her sister, my grandma, her mom, and like my second mom, she's in LA at the moment. Yeah, on my mom's side of family.
Your second mom? That's like your stepmom?
No, not stepmom.
Who is a second mom?
She's like my auntie, but I call her my second mom because she gave me the name Krishane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like, and she always spoiled me in it. Like she literally, being that she doesn't have a child on her own, she always takes me as her own child.
Oh.
Yeah, I just got her my second mom, you know. But on my dad's family, well, visiting him from time to time, and talking and all that stuff, because it wasn't a case where I was living with him like that. I have other siblings that was living with him and stuff, but I never like grew up around him like that. I only like visit, be around him for like a month, then back to my normal routine, going to school, doing that when I'm on.
How many siblings do you have?
Wow, interesting. Man.
Are you up to, let me give you an idea, 20, 25?
Well, I think someone watching right now is laughing right now. Someone watching and they're probably laughing.
What's going on? How many siblings do you have? Okay, you know what? How many?
Well, let me just say. So basically, there's about 60 of us.
60?
Yeah, brothers and sisters.
I'm gonna look like it's not, what you just said is not a big deal, like.
I'm like.
So what's your number? What number are you?
It's crazy. Like my mom told me, I don't know how true it is. Like my mom told me that when I was born, she already counted like 30.
That were born around that time?
That was, yeah. Like when I was born, she already counted 30 other siblings. So I don't know. I could roughly say I'm 31. Oh, yeah.
Okay. We're gonna let's move away from daddy's business, Let's just go. So for you, how many do you hope to have? Like, how many children do you hope to have?
To be honest, I used to always say I want one child because I always like the idea of spoiling that child, but I said, I'll have two and I'm good.
Okay. Interesting. So how many do you have already?
How many I have already?
Yeah.
I don't have any.
I was just checking whether you had a baby mama somewhere. That's true. Don't mind me. Go ahead.
Come on. No, I'm not. I'm not like that.
Okay.
I'm not like. I'm just. I have a way of like structuring out my life.
Mm-hmm.
Say like if I'm gonna have a baby mama, it has to make sense. It has to be at a good time. Because for me, I take those stuff very serious. Like, what I mean?
Okay.
More for
You strike me as somebody that, has good stagecraft, live performances and all of that. So let's talk about, at least before the pandemic, when you could go around and tour and all of that, which stage, which performance, which show really blew your mind? A show where you performed and you were so excited.
I think that would be the biggest show that I performed at. It was in Belgium.
Okay.
Tomorrowland, and that was like 400,000 people there. And for me, I was like, okay, bruh, I don't even know if half the people there know me like that. But like after like singing my song, I started seeing people just singing back and waving to it. I was just like, But at the same time, the size of the crowd was so overwhelming. I remember my production company in person was saying to me like, Krish, I know how you get when you touch the stage. You can't keep still and keep a composure. Just try and keep still. And I was like, no, yeah, I got it. And it was like seconds before going on stage, like, keep still. Do not be running all over the place. I was like, nah, cool. And as soon as I got on it, I just started running up and down on the place. And I started to realize, like, you know what? At the same time, whilst I'm enjoying myself, I'm trying to get the crowd pumped and hyped. I started kind of burning myself out too quick. And then, it's a learning curve. But that whole experience, like, was like a mind blower for me. I said, you know what?
Well, it looks like you have a thing with Nigeria. Are you coming, anytime soon? Because you later featured the Wonder Call again on another song.
So, that's what I'm saying. Like, how life happened for me, like, when I came to the UK. Like, again, I never knew anything about Afrobeat when I came to the UK. Just came to the UK. A friend of mine, she's Congolese, and she's proud of her African culture. Like, she introduced me to Afrobeat, and then I started really vibing and loving it and stuff. And then I didn't know that me pursuing music would get me to be working with Nigerian artists. Yeah, I think for me, like, Niger and different peoples in different parts of Africa has been really supporting me a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like the support, for example, towards Inconsiderate and in one Found a Boy, I was like, damn, way more than how the UK would be blasting my stuff. Because I'm like, I feel that. Niger, Africa, they from a black king to another black king and a black queen. It's like, yeah, I love that.
Krishane, your music is good. It's easy to bump to, it's just
Thank
exciting.
You. I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, it is exciting. Okay, I wanted to be sure that your audio was good before I continued.
Yeah, it seems to kind of dimmed down a bit.
Yeah, really?
Hold on, because it was loud, but then now hold on.
Okay, is it good now?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So what do you think, if you check your streaming numbers, what country do you think, actually consumes your music more?
Well, it's one of those things where I'll check it, I'll just see streams coming from different parts of the world. I think the most parts as they show, is the UK and then the States. But I'm always looking for to see where in Africa the streamings are. But I don't know if there's like Spotify in Africa. I'm still trying to.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, because for some reason I've never seen, like, in terms of streaming numbers for me on Spotify from Africa, and I'm like,
there are a lot of people on Apple Music, Diaz. There are a lot of streaming sites, so it's probably shared across platforms. Okay, so the thing is, I'm also curious about whether you have support from Jamaica.
Okay, so that's the next one, an interesting one I'm going to get into. Now, like every Jamaicans outside their country, they wouldn't get that like full direct support like that. Take for example Cranium. He's in the States, and his track, nobody nothing knows me and you a touch. Right? Jamaicans weren't supporting that. It wasn't until after the track blew up outside that's when Jamaicans start really supporting it. And I always say for myself, like, what I've came to understand that for me as an artist, because I don't do like the direct dancehall or the direct reggae kind of thing. I'm more like, in a way, it's like more commercial, with a hint of different influences.
Deji's asking, what you consider before doing a feature with another artist?
It depends on the song. Before doing another feature with an artist, it depends on the song. Because even like now, with the songs that I'm rolling out, and stay tuned for the next one coming, because boy, I got some projects for y'all. It's more like, because I kind of been trying to work on this stuff for me and not like have features on it, and it's more to just kind of start cementing myself as a standalone artist kind of thing. Before next, it doesn't mean that I won't be having features and stuff, but it depends on the song. You know what I mean? It depends on the song. And at the moment, like, where the focus is with me and my team and stuff like that, it's a case where, like, not just taking any features like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just depends on the song. You know?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Krishane, I could chat with you all day, but you know,
I could talk with you all day myself.
We gotta go. Thank you. This was interesting. It was beautiful. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
So, do you have any, let me sound very cliche, like, do you have words of encouragement for upcoming artists?
Trust me, if it was yesterday, I was speaking to someone in my DM about giving them advice about the music, pursuing it in the industry and stuff. So trust me, it's never cliche. It's never cliche, because you know what? In the end, you're going to be experiencing that in reality. So that's it. Advice, what I would say is, if you're going to pursue music as an artist, or whether it's a producer or writer, I think understand yourself first. Understand yourself. Because, I mean, with me being frank, and I'm going to be frank, normally I don't do it, but I'm going to be frank. The music industry is cutthroat, right? But if you want to get the most beautiful things out of it, you have to be true to it and be true to yourself. Understand yourself. What happens is you then become, you're able to understand how to surround yourself with like-minded people. So when you're going through the industry, it's a case where it's like you're having a journey and not something that's going to start getting to your head. So it's like that. And advice from my dad as well. Yeah.
All right. I was going to ask you, quick one. You wanted to be a pastor when you were younger. Was there any point where you did gospel music? Did you ever make gospel music?
How do you know
that? Don't insult me. It's my job.
No, I like that. I respect that. I love that. You actually did some. Okay. I respect. You did some groundwork. Okay. All right.
So, did you ever make gospel music?
So I've never recorded the gospel music, but what happened was, like, because I was in the choir coming up and sing a lot of gospel music and stuff. Before, because I used to have prayer meetings in the morning with my family and stuff, and growing up in a Roman Catholic environment, we used to have sometimes where we eat bread and drink wine, and like I used to mimic that at home. So I used to have this little this thing where they say, "Oh, Krishane the pastor," And those times they didn't call me Krishane, it was Shane, right? And it was like, yeah, I was considering being a pastor before, but that was very short lived. You know what I mean? It was just in the moment, and then I changed, say, okay, I want to be a fireman. Because I was inspired the fact that my granddad, rest in peace, was a fireman, like a superhero in the environment. And then that changed. And it was at age 6. I was like, yeah, I want to do music. I love music. And it hasn't changed ever since. So.
Okay, fantastic. So you stuck with that. Good, very good.
Yeah, I think I made the right choice here.
Yeah, you did. So we're going to sign out with your song "Hit Replay." What inspired it? What was the production process like for you for "Hit Replay"?
All right. I think you'll be happy to know it was produced by a fellow Nigerian.
Tell me.
So yes, it's produced by Diaz Made It and co-written by Jesse Bell. And how that whole process happened was, it was like very like smooth, because me working with Diaz Made It, like, he's really cool, like one of the few coolest people that I can work with. And you know, it's crazy because he always said, like, when he heard Inconsiderate and stuff, he was like, it bugs his mind. He's like, yeah. And he said to me, like, I always want to work with Krishane, and now it's like happening. And then it's like, now he has a single with me. Like, it's almost like looking at it, it's like, you know what, you put it out there, you put it out in the universe, it works. But yeah, it's created by him. And how it came about was just like in the studio late in the night. I think it was like 2 a.m. So, and we was there, and I remember he was playing this little stem on the beat, and then he just literally went ding, ding. And then I was just there freestyling melody wise, because that's how I do my creative process. And I remember there was a conversation with me and my brethren. So the song isn't directly a personal direct thing for me. It's like from a brethren that was going through a situation kind of thing. So it's like me kind of singing it in his point of view, you know what I mean? And it was just literally like, the song came about pretty quickly. It came about pretty quickly. It's one of them processes there where when the song just hits quickly and it feels right. You don't really question it too much. You're just like, yeah, that's the one. You know what I mean? And yeah, from there it was literally like the song was done and created, and then and just the whole vibe with me and Diaz as well, like the whole chemistry between me and Diaz is like, he's really one of the coolest guys you can meet, like really cool. And obviously we'll talk about Nigeria, and he'll talk about his tribe, where he's from, and it's like, yeah, and then I'll give him education on my culture and stuff like that. And
I think the smart one, hit replay, as in you want everybody to hit replay on your song anyway.
Yes, hit replay, man. Yeah, hit replay.
Okay, fantastic. We'll play the song to sign off the show. Thank you very much, Krishane. It was great chatting with you.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure, man.
Thank you. All right, we've been chatting with Krishane right here on Celeb Stopover, and of course, my name is Ife Ajagbe. Well, Krishane, thank you very much for a great conversation. We had a great time with you.
Thank you for having me, and thank you. I appreciate the support, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you very much, guys. Big shout out to my amazing team. Deji Plug is the publicist for the show. He's really good at what he does. And of course, big shout out also to Dale Greenix. Dale Greenix is the one that will make sure that the video looks good on YouTube, so you can watch the show afterwards. So if you're really curious about what Krishane looks like, his look is actually different from the pictures you've seen. So subscribe to the Let's Talk About YouTube channel and definitely watch the full video, watch the full conversation, because we're going to be editing some parts of this out of radio, actually. Yeah. So, and also big shout out to T Dot. T Dot is going to make sure that in spite of the fact that this happened via Instagram live video, the sound will be very good for radio. So you can follow him on social media at I Am Unbeaten. Yeah, that's it. So bye-bye. Thank you very much. Catch you on the next episode of Celeb Stopover. My name is Ife.